Okay, guys, let's see if we can change some minds tonight. What's first up on the trickle up for us tonight, Mia?
First, we're going to talk about the officer who shot Ashli Babbitt during the Capitol riots, breaking their silence. About 60 to 80 House members and staffers were holed up inside, and it was Byrd's job to protect them. During the Capitol riot, he's the one who shot and killed Ashli Babbitt, and as rioters rampaged through the Capitol, Byrd and a few other officers of the U.S. Capitol Police set up a wall of furniture outside the doors. It's a long story.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've kind of all heard a lot of it so far already, really. I'm looking over this and you know a lot of the details.
I think it's brave of him to put his name out there in his face because there's been threats made on his life as it is before he's even known. And then all these people are like, well, bring him out. And he's like, bitch, it's me. You know, I like that he took control and said, you know what? Yeah, it's me. I did my job. And there's 100 people in the Senate who thank me for it. Because the lady that rushed him, she knew damn well, if you go past this point, we're going to shoot you. There's a guy, there's more than one officer standing with a gun pointing at that door jamb saying, if you come through here, it's over. It's donezo. You know, and unfortunately, she's the one that didn't believe him.
Yeah.
And she's a military veteran that knows damn well what's up. But that delusion, this rage, this mass hysteria, you know.
You were saying about he was being targeted even before his name was actually released. That's it was released on right-wing media. It was leaked beforehand, and they started to harass him there.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He also was, Trump himself declared that she had been murdered and suggested falsely that the officer who shot her worked for a high-ranking Democrat. So he basically sicked his guys on him.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
There's no, when a former president tells his insane following, this guy murdered one of your own, he's basically telling them, go fuck with this guy.
It's no different than the January 6th riots where he says, we're going to go down there. We're going to let them know how unhappy we are with Mike Pence has got to do his job. I hope he has the bravery and the spine. You know, it's this constant motivation and incitement to backhand suggestions of violence, you know, and he's playing these stupid ass games. He's a professional con man. He knows what not to say and what to say to not get in trouble legally. But I think that shit does not hold up in civil court. And I think that this officer should sue whichever media leaked it flat out. Flat out sue their freaking pants off, man. This is disgusting. You're exposing this man to some real freaking nuts. Straight up nuts. It's really sad that this guy's going through this. He did his job. Don't worry about all the people that were killed there at the riots, that were killed by the protesters, the insurrectionists. But this guy's brave, man. He's like, you know what? Yep, it's me. And he said here in the article, I waited as long as I could and said, please don't cross that thing. But I have to do my job. I have to protect these people because there are threats on those people's lives every day. Like, think about the senators that are threatened every single day. That reminds me of Cori Bush had a Twitter thread of like 15 different death threats she got on Twitter. She released all of them and said, this is what I deal with every day, guys. 15 death threats she put on Twitter. If you just go look her up on Twitter and look at her feed when it says something about death threats, you'll find it in the Twitter search engine where people are calling all kind of racial names and just saying to kill her, that she should be raped and killed, kidnapped, whatever, held for treason, all kinds of dumb shit. So this guy's job was to protect those people who have valid death threats against him on a regular basis. And who's to say this lady didn't have a bomb on her or another weapon, a knife, a bat, which they all had bats and knives and stuff that was found on these people.
It was a chaotic scene. He had no way of knowing. What he did know was she was not going to stop.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, the right is turning her into a bit of a martyr because she was an Air Force veteran and unarmed.
They're hiding behind that bullshit.
And she was unarmed, really trying to frame him as like the villain in this.
Yeah.
It's
typical right-wing bullshit projection.
It's like we're living in two separate timelines. And one of them is made and fueled purely by insanity.
Yeah. Half of us see a 6, the other half sees a 9.
Yeah.
And it's just that kind of altered reality where people think that he's literally murdered her. No. But they think the cops should get away with murder. So really? It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, there's way too many loopholes. Mental gymnastics, as it were.
To be in that, because you guys go back and actually watch the footage, man, it is scary. They believe their lives were in danger. They were saying they're looking for Nancy Pelosi. They're looking for AOC. They're looking for Mike Pence to get them and do whatever. Who knows? And by the way, Marjorie Taylor Greene giving tours the day before with these people and that other psycho. But there's 2 or 3 different U.S. Congress people that were giving tours the day before and saying, okay, this is Nancy Pelosi's office. Here's AOC's office. Here's these Democrats' offices. Oh, yeah, this is the back hallway to this. This is how we get into there. And then no shit,
There was an actual hangman's noose erected out.
Yes, outside there. Absolutely.
Functional.
Yep. Well, is strangely enough, as Andrew taught us, demonizing others is just a symptom of the underlying disease. And while we need to treat symptoms, nothing will fundamentally change until we eradicate the D. Eradicate the D. Okay, I think he just ran out of characters. Yeah, I get that. Not demonizing people, but you have to talk facts. Those motherfuckers were insurrectionists. Period. It's a failed coup.
Well, also directly denying reality. You have to be able to say, no, that's crazy. When you are inventing new realities, it's not demonizing somebody to say, no, that's not what happened. It's literally not what happened. You can't say that's what happened. I want to shake you because you're so wrong. Like that's not demonizing somebody when you're trying to get the truth to just be what they're saying.
Yeah. So I gotta say, man, this is another disgusting example of people in trusted positions leaking information that will endanger someone. That's a problem. So I don't know what we can do about that. About holding people liable for leaking stuff to media sources. Same thing for websites hosting this information. Like they tried to go after the same guy that's on shit. Oh, dang, my bad, Bobby. I said booby. Oh boy. Anyway, but yeah, like I don't know how we can fix this because there is a freedom of speech. First Amendment protected freedom of speech, and it allows for anonymous sources and stuff like that, right? But I'm not sure how we can fix this, where we have public officials and insiders that are being trusted with this information to not leak it, and they leak it to specifically endanger this person's life. But yeah, guys, let us know what you think about that in the comments section, man. How do we fix this?
Witness relocation programs, like give them new social media identities, and
yeah, man, I don't know, but like, it's like, how do we protect people like him from doing their jobs? How do we protect whistleblowers? They're coming after whistleblowers for this shit too, which they should be protected by law, but they're not. And you have the president of the United States calling for their heads on shit that happened with him, right? So I don't know, man. It's just pretty disturbing that we got to find a way to protect people, and then also hold people accountable for endangering lives. So it's a slippery slope, and I'm no legal expert. I'm just some guy, right? But hopefully some of you guys out there know more about this type of things than I do, and you guys can comment on it below for us, and just let us know what you think about that. But while you're here, of course, give the video a like, hit subscribe, ring notification bells for upcoming videos. And thanks for joining us. And like always, go read a book.